Hello, Janesville, and welcome back to Park Place Views, the monthly program that aims to keep residents informed by highlighting the people, places, and partners of the City of Janesville. As always, this program is brought to you by the City of Janesville and JATV Media Services. I'm your host, Nick Faust, and I'm the Communications Specialist in the City Manager's Office. Now, in last month's episode, we were joined by City Assessor Michelle Lobby. With her office implementing the city's next reval, it was a perfect time to gain some insight into the assessment process. If you're interested in viewing that episode or any past episode of the program, they're all available to watch on the city's website or JATV's YouTube channel. Today I'm looking forward to being joined by Shelley Slapak, the city's recreation director. With the fall time here in Wisconsin's Park Place, I'm excited to have Director Slapak join us to talk about all of the fantastic events and programs the Rec Division has in store. But first, a little more about Director Slapak. Shelley has been with the city since 2003 when she was hired full-time as a rec programmer. She was promoted in 2007 to rec coordinator and finally in 2012 to recreation director. Shelley has a BS degree in recreation management from the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse and a master's degree in rec administration from the George Williams College of Aurora University. She's a graduate of the Janesville Leadership Development Academy and is a certified park and recreation executive. Thanks for joining us today, Shelley.
Thanks, Nick, for having me.
I know most of our viewers probably recognize you as a bit of a familiar face if they've been out and about in Janesville, but I thought I might give you a chance maybe to tell us a little more about yourself first.
Sure. Well, I like to tell people to watch the show Parks and Recreation. And if they've watched that show, I consider myself the Leslie Knope of Janesville.
Certainly.
So, and I live Parks and Recreation daily, not only here at City Hall and in the parks, but my husband is actually the parks director. Mm-hmm. So definitely living and breathing Parks and Recreation. We have two young children, Marin and Siler, and they are 6 and 4 years old, and they just love going to all the parks and helping mommy and daddy with all of the events, being an assistant.
Yeah, I would say if anybody is familiar with you, they would know that Leslie Knope comparison is very apt, and you and Cullen are always out and about with the kids. And Shelley, we have plenty to talk about with the fall and winter programs coming up, but first I want to kind of take a step back and look at the equally busy summer season you folks had. I thought just on the outset I would ask, any highlights from the warmer months here in town?
Sure. Lots of highlights overall, but I would say the biggest highlight for us is just the total increase in participants in all of our programs and events. Right. With the COVID hiatus, all of our facilities are open in full force, all of our programs are back, the events are back, and we're looking at, for our participant numbers for 2022 being 25% higher than the past year. So we're getting back out there. People are really realizing how much recreation is important. And Nick, for example, the kids triathlon that we just had, that had 65 participants, and nearly 20% of those people were from outside of Rock County.
That's awesome to hear.
People are recreating, they're getting about in our community, and we certainly like to see that.
Yeah, and I think, you know, as you touched on it, the pandemic, some of that isolation experience, I think that really underscored the importance of rec programming.
Absolutely.
And what that does for the community. So it's great to hear the numbers are reflecting that increase, and everybody's out in full force. For folks familiar with our aquatics offerings in Janesville, they might be aware that the division had to overcome what is a national lifeguard shortage at both Rockport and Palmer Park Pool to have a full season. I think maybe we would benefit from hearing, how did you folks do that? How did you staff and keep those pools open?
Yeah, we were definitely no stranger to the lifeguard shortage as well. It hit us too, but I must credit our recreation programmer that's in charge of our aquatics programs, Elena Knopfsinger, with all of her efforts.
Yeah.
She holds a certified lifeguard instructor certification, and that allows her to teach classes. And she taught 2 full classes at our pools, and it enabled us to get 17 new lifeguards trained this year. That's almost unheard of.
Yeah.
In past years, pre-pandemic, we're only, seeing maybe a handful of new lifeguards each year. So 17 new lifeguards is huge. That we actually trained. And then we also had a whole bunch of new lifeguards that came trained elsewhere to us. and we managed 75% of our lifeguard base was first-year lifeguards this year.
Yeah.
So really, really cool. A challenging year for us this year. We didn't get to full force with our pools being open 7 days a week like we would like to and like we anticipate next summer. But with our efforts, especially hers, we got up to opening both Palmer Wading Pool and Rockport Pool 4 to 5 days per week for public swim lessons, facility and lane rentals.
And again, if you look at those trends statewide and nationally, you can appreciate the hard work that went into training that. And 75% being first year, that only is going to build in the future to build that base back up. And like you said, hopefully we get those 7-day schedules.
Yeah, precisely. And we heard great feedback from our recruit class this summer. And if we can get them coming back, we should be good in the years ahead.
Awesome. And this summer, I also loved the new First Fridays on Festival Street lunchtime concert series. That brought live music and food trucks to Town Square on the first Friday of every month. Which, just for a reminder for folks, if you didn't make it out, all of those concerts available on JATV's YouTube channel as well. But that program, Shelley, that really reminded me that our wonderful Town Square is Janesville's special events destination. If folks are interested in utilizing that space for their next big event, how do they go about renting that space?
Yeah. You're absolutely right. The Town Square and Festival Street is perfect for events, whether you're looking at a 100-person event, a 3,000-person event, class reunion, wine festival, wine walk, you name it. It can be so much. I always encourage people, especially new first-time event organizers, to reach out to the Parks and Rec office. We'd be happy to help them, guide them through the process.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they can go to the city website, and we have a dedicated special page for public special events. And what they can simply do is go to the city website, go to the I Want To tab, and then apply public special events. There's an application form there. There's our guidelines packet for organizers to see what they need to do, if they want to sell beer, if they want to erect a tent, you name it. It's all in there spelled out for them, and we'll guide them through the process as well.
And I can certainly testify to that, Shelley. You and your team do such a fantastic job of facilitating those special events. No question is too small. You are there to help every step of the way for organizers, and that's truly awesome because Town Square is bustling, and it's going to be bustling this fall and winter as well. And as we shift into that new season, Shelley, I've said it before, but I'll say it once again. This year's Fall-Winter Activity Guide again shows why Janesville is truly Wisconsin's park place for recreation fun in every season. How can folks at home get a copy of the new guide?
They can actually go to the City of Janesville website to see the guide. We don't actually mail the Fall-Winter Guide to residents. We just do that for the spring-summer. But the guide is on the website, and they can also, if they want a hard copy, pick one up at the library, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and at City Hall.
Awesome. So plenty of ways for folks to get access to that, and you're certainly going to want to take a peek because it has something for everybody, all ages in there. And looking through the guide, Shelley, all of our favorite holiday events are back once again. That starts this month with the Enchanted Forest and Hollywood Hayride. What will we be able to see and expect from that family-friendly event?
Yes, so the Enchanted Forest, probably our most popular event. It actually is our 19th year this year. So very special event for the community. It is October 12th through the 15th this year. It has a Hollywood Hayride, which is 6 scenes from movies and popular television shows with live actors that are actually volunteers from our local high schools.
That's awesome.
And then participants go through that in an actual hayride. And then we've got our Enchanted Forest Walk, where participants will take a self-guided walk through the hillside in Palmer Park and stop at scenes from fairy tales and nursery rhymes.
Oh.
And costume characters will actually pop out and hand candy and trinkets to the kids. And 2 of those scenes will have live actors as well. and a surprise horse-drawn carriage for the kids to enjoy.
Easy to see why that is a reoccurring popular event in town. It is fantastic, and I hope everybody gets a chance to visit Palmer Park this month for it. And staying in October, we also have the annual Trunk or Treat. This year, I understand the event will take place in Riverside Park, kind of across the river from Traxler, where it was last year. What can trunk or treaters expect from that Halloween fun?
So this is our second year doing the Trunk or Treat, and it was so popular last year that we decided to do it again. And we're moving to Riverside Park this year due to some construction at Traxler, and we'll utilize the North Loop in Riverside Park. And we anticipate about 20 businesses to be set up with their trunks all decorated in a theme. They'll be competing for some pretty cool prizes, and they'll all be handing something out to the families that come through. Participants should stay in their vehicles, no need to get out. Come through on Saturday, October 22nd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and get your fill of candy and other trinkets and enjoy Riverside Park during that beautiful fall time.
One of the best times for
Absolutely.
viewing Riverside, and get all the kiddos decked up and dressed out for Halloween and have a great time, get some candy. Skipping ahead then, Shelley, a little bit, I also wanted to preview another prominent special event, everybody's favorite, Janesville's Jolly Jingle. Can we expect another full weekend of holiday fun that first weekend of December?
Absolutely, and every year, Nick, as you know, it gets
Yes.
better than before. And that's because it's a partnership. It's a committee. The Janesville Jolly Jingle Committee is 14 partner organizations.
Wow.
So just huge. I mean, not one organization or business could do it on their own. All of the activities, always the first weekend in December, are in our downtown.
Yeah.
So we really showcase our beautiful downtown. Lots of indoor events, outdoor events. Popular favorites are always the tree lighting ceremony to kick it off, holiday fireworks as well that first night, and then s'mores, carolers, jingle bell hunt, you name it. And then moving to Saturday is the popular holiday light parade through downtown. So if anyone is interested in participating in that as a float, we're accepting applications. And new this year is a Jolly Jingle Jog that will be before the parade. So we expect kids and families to dress in their holiday festive gear and run through the parade route to all the spectators prior to the parade. A couple other new things that we have going on is the downtown group is doing a luminary walk through downtown businesses, which we think is pretty cool. And then we've got a graffiti ice wall in the town square for people to sign their names on and take some unique pictures.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah.
Yep.
And you talk about that really being a chance to display the collective impact of partnerships. And when we think about city activities in general, but recreation in that world especially, those partner organizations are so critical in growing those events and expanding them so more people can partake in the fun. And so it is awesome to hear that thanks to that collaboration, we have another PAX Jolly Jingle coming up.
We're excited.
Awesome. And with all those special events, Shelley, and other programs, it is incredible that the Rec Division makes it all happen. You and your team do a fantastic job, but it is a relatively small staff. Do you rely on any other folks to get it done, volunteers?
Yes, we could not do the large events without volunteers. We do have a small staff. We've got 7 full-time staff for all of our facilities and programs. But then we also rely not only on volunteers, but on our seasonal staff. We've got a lot of high school students, college students, general community members that assist us along the way, and we couldn't do it without them. And we're always looking for volunteers as well. So that's how we do it, and our big events are all hands on deck.
Yeah.
So just because we work in a certain area doesn't mean that we don't all collectively pull together to make those large community events happen.
Teamwork there, and again, even in the fall, winter, want to encourage folks to continue to think about those seasonal jobs, great opportunities to get out and about. I know skate hosts, site supervisors for a lot of the sports programs, those openings will be coming up here.
Correct.
And it's a great way to join the team and get things done. Shelley, if folks are interested in volunteering, is there a place where they can go to maybe pass their information along to you?
Yes. So we have a volunteer application on the City of Janesville website. There's a volunteer tab on top, and fill that out at any time. And then there's an opportunity for you to check the areas that you want to volunteer in, and you can select Recreation Division activities, and then you can put down your availability. So if you put down, you know, I'm only available on Saturdays, if we have a volunteer opportunity for an event on a Saturday, we're going to reach out. We keep those on file, and at that point in time, if that date works for the individual, we'll be happy to have them help us, or if not, we'll reach out to them for the next one.
Yeah, and it's that continuous application. So like you had said, no time or season, just put your name in, and you'll be added to that list, and you can help make Rec Fun possible. Getting into some of those great programs then, Shelley, I understand there is an awesome fall story walk up at Robert O. Cook Memorial Arboretum. Could you tell us a little more about that book and the mission of the Storywalk program?
Yeah, so the mission of the Storywalk program is physical literacy and physical activity in nature. So really combining all three of those things. And it is in Robert O. Cook Arboretum. Some people know it as JSOL, or the Janesville School Outdoor Lab. But it's just really cool. We've got our fall story going up, I believe, on September 23rd, and it'll be up through mid-December. And it is called Hiking Day by Anne Rockwell. So what's cool about it is it's a simple 0.25 mile hike reading the story. It's dismantled page by page, the book is, on pedestals, and you read each page and you go on to the next. So it's a 0.25 mile hike down and then a 0.25 mile hike back. So really the fall is just a nice time in the Arboretum as well to check out that story walk and some of the other trails that are out there. And then I have to mention, too, that our winter story is a local author.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, Jamie Swenson, who's local to Janesville, who also works at the library. She is the author of our winter story, so we're excited to showcase her awesome efforts.
That is so cool. And that concept of physical literacy and helping encourage not only healthy minds, but healthy bodies for our kiddos. That is such a neat program. And I also think that builds into what's a Storywalk scavenger hunt, which is another program that kind of gets that physical literacy going. Starting at the Huntington and Avery Lane Trailhead, there will be a Storywalk scavenger hunt. Could you explain how that kind of prize program works?
Yeah, so similar to the Storywalk, except we add in another element of a scavenger hunt. Want to make it a little more fun for the kiddos, encourage them to get out there if we say there's a prize drawing at the end. But it is in Schaefer Park, and that is a rather new trail, and it's on the north side of town. And again, just another beautiful paved trail to get out to. Our fall book will be up through the month of October, and it is called Apples and Pumpkins, I believe. And each page that is out there along the trail will have a letter, and participants should collect those letters along the way, whether they bring paper and pen or use their phone notes. And then they have to scramble it for a phrase or a word. And then they can turn in that phrase or word to the Parks and Rec Facebook page, or they can email us or call our office, and then they're entered into a drawing for a prize.
Oh, awesome. How fun. A great way to a friendly competition, and also, again, get out and enjoy another beautiful city park in what is an amazing time of the year. And the fall time, Shelley, it also offers some fun maybe for the older kiddos in town with the return of the popular middle school rec nights program. What kind of activities are offered for those students at that, and how can parents actually get involved in that program to make it a success?
Sure, we don't forget about the teens.
Right.
So important to do teen programming as well. Our rec nights for middle school students starts in November, and there are for 6th through 8th graders, and we hold them at each of the 3 public middle schools. and they can have an opportunity to come, have fun doing open gym, open swim. We've got lifeguards on staff. We've got concessions for sale. We've got a DJ. They can dance, run around, socialize, hang with their peers. And like you mentioned with the volunteers, we couldn't do that event without them. So we hope that some teens allow their parents to volunteer. And same way, if they are interested in volunteering, they should apply on the City of Janesville website, fill out that application, indicate that, you know, they want to volunteer for rec nights, and we'll reach out to them.
Yeah, such a good opportunity to get some fun programming for teens in town. And I know the rec program, or the rec division, I should say, also hasn't forgotten about grown-ups either. This fall or winter. There are many excellent sports programs for adults looking to stay active, maybe beat the winter blues. Could you tell us a little more about those?
Yep. So we do lots of adult sports leagues, and they're back, and we utilize the middle schools, gyms. Right now we've got our men's and our women's fall volleyball leagues going on at Marshall Middle School. We also have adult kickball, kicking it old school at Dawson. We partnered with the YMCA for that program. And then looking ahead towards the winter, we've got our basketball leagues for adults at the middle schools as well. And we've got a couple leagues there on Monday evenings. And we also have hockey leagues at the ice arena.
Wow.
So lots going on.
Lots going on for any sport you want to try. And
right.
That's awesome. Again, get to the city's website for more information about that and sign up. And I know also you will be doing a clinic for refereeing as a part of that. And that's another really cool, innovative way you folks are kind of combating some of the seasonal shortages. So I'd encourage folks to go online as well to the recreation page to learn more about maybe becoming a referee.
Yes, absolutely. We're willing to train. And, you know, if you've got general knowledge of rules, we definitely can train interested in individuals. And it's just a great extra job for people who have the ability for one night after school.
Yeah, awesome. Now, with all those great programs and activities, where can viewers go or residents for a one-stop shop if they're interested in registering?
So we have our online registration through ActiveNet. And it's as simple as going to the City of Janesville website. You can actually go to the recreation page, and our brochure is there, and the online link to register is on the main page there.
Awesome. Easy as that.
Easy as that. Or if you want to come into our office, people can do that as well. And the other option would be to mail in a registration form. But the easiest certainly is to complete the online registration.
Nice and easy. And again, additional ways for folks who might want to pay Becky in the front office a visit, say hi to our friendly face.
She will, she will be very friendly. So stop into our office is definitely a potential.
Awesome. And the Janesville Ice Arena, Shelley, that's a facility that maybe folks might not be aware, but that's under Rec Division supervision. And there is plenty of skating fun and Jets hockey coming up over the fall and the winter. How can the community learn more about those opportunities if they want to hit the ice?
Yep. So the Janesville Ice Arena is a year-round facility, and we're busy year-round, but our busiest season is coming up. We've got plenty of opportunities for public skates. On the city website, there's actually an ice schedule calendar. So a monthly calendar, they can go in and see the day and see if there's a family skate or a teen skate or a late night skate, you name it. We've got lots of different options, and we've got skate rentals there. We've got skate buddies for those who maybe haven't skated before, and they can try it out on that. But yeah, the Ice Arena page on the website is just a wealth of information on when the Jets games are, when figure skating lessons are, how can I sign up for figure skating lessons, how can I sign up for youth hockey, but just a wealth of information. I encourage people who want to find out about ice sports to go to that webpage.
Oh, sweet. And the Rec Division also offers everybody the opportunity to enjoy the winter weather outdoors on our fantastic trail system through an equipment rental program. What equipment exactly can the community rent, and how does that process work?
So we've got a year-round equipment rental program, but in the winter, the most popular is our cross-country skis and our snowshoes.
Fun.
You know, maybe somebody doesn't have them, they've never tried it before, so they want to rent it first before they go and purchase them. So we've got them covered.
Yeah.
We've got both the skis and the snowshoes in youth and adult sizes. We do have limited quantities and sizes, so it is a first-come, first-served basis. On those snowy days, we encourage people to come on down to our office in the first floor of City Hall and rent them, and you can reserve them for a daily fee or a weekend fee. So on the weekends, you can come as early as 7:30 a.m. on Friday and then return by 4 p.m. on Monday.
Awesome.
So definitely the best bet is the weekend.
Yeah, do a nice weekend rental and get you out and about enjoying the trail system, because, you know, just because it's winter does not mean you can't appreciate just what a tremendous trail system we have in town.
Rockport Park is incredible for both skiing and snowshoeing, as well as the Riverside Golf Course.
Awesome. Yeah. And now, Shelley, before we wrap up, I'd be remiss not to highlight a fantastic resource for older residents in town here, and that's the Recreation Division's Senior Activity Center. Why is recreation so crucial for the community at every age, and how can everybody learn more about the Senior Center?
Well, there is actually a quote, and I think I've told it to you before, but it's George Bernard Shaw says, "We don't stop playing because we grow old.
Yeah.
We grow old because we stop playing."
Yeah.
So important for quality of life to continue recreating and participating in social activities with your peers. And that opportunity is at the Senior Center. And past Senior Center Supervisor Janet McLean always referred to the Senior Center as the Boys and Girls Club for adults.
That's cute. I love that.
So it really is. There's card groups, there's line dancing, clogging, day trips, extended trips, special events, classes on cooking, arts and crafts, ceramics, you name it. Any interest that somebody might have, whether it's passive or active recreation, we've got it there at the Senior Center. And it's open year-round, Monday through Friday, from 8 to 4:30, for a really nominal membership fee of $25 annually.
Wow. Yeah, and it only seems more nominal when you check out that website. I'd encourage folks to go to the Senior Center website. It is truly amazing, just the level of programming that they make happen every day for seniors. And like you said, it's so imperative that we maintain those social connections, maintain our love for recreating at every stage of life. And it's great to hear that they're keeping that busy. Shelley, we are just about out of time, but before we go, I'd give you the chance maybe to leave us with any parting words.
I just encourage people to get out and recreate in all seasons. Just because the weather starts to change, it's extremely important to continue getting out, utilizing the trails, trying something new, and enjoying life. And realizing life's opportunities in Janesville, Wisconsin.
Yes, that's what we love to hear. That is, and fantastic. Thank you for joining us today, Shelley. I appreciate not only taking some time out of a busy schedule today, but for all the fantastic work you and your team do, providing our community with recreation programs, activities, and events. When I talk to folks in the community, whether that's young people, families, seniors, recreation does come up, and it comes up as a quality of life reason why people value living in Janesville, and you guys make that happen, so thank you.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it.
Awesome. And also thank you, our viewers and residents, for tuning in today and for all you do to help make Janesville a community of choice to realize life's opportunities. I invite you to stay connected with the city by following us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, signing up for emergency notifications from the JPD via the Nixle app, and signing up to receive our weekly city press releases by visiting www.janesvillewi.gov/email list. I also want to encourage you to tune in next month when I sit down with Rebecca Viam, Executive Director of the Boys and Girls Club of Janesville. The club is one of the city's many incredible community partners, and I look forward to highlighting all the great work they are doing for our young residents and their families. For Park Place Views in the city of Janesville, I'm Nick Faust. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again next month.